We are back, and we are sitting up straight because Cathy's on and she always has good posture. Here on Carolina Women. Yes, we are at Namaste Spa, being joined by Cathy Ulmer.
With
Thank
her
you
cute
so
new haircut.
much.
Yes,
Yeah,
thank
you
you.
look so
great.
fabulous.
I feel like I should go to the spa with my new haircut.
Exactly.
Yes.
Relaxed.
We're all a little, it was funny because we were not
getting a little
sitting up because we
sleepy.
were like
Yeah.
so relaxed here. It's wonderful. Sarah's going to come on and tell us about a bunch of cool new things.
Yeah.
All right. We were just, again, chatting before we started, decided it might be a fun thing to talk about is when you listen to the news, you listen to professionals, you listen to pundits, you read Facebook, you do whatever you do, the messages across the board are evolving and changing all the time.
Yes.
And I hear people being actually pretty critical about it. And I talk to you, my son's a doc, and he's like, you know, it's moving, it's dynamic, the strains are changing, everything's, you know, a moving target. What's your experience? Where are you with all this?
It's difficult being in healthcare right now because everybody's judgmental about whatever you tell them in general because everybody has so much information at their fingertips. And I think one thing that we're starting to realize is healthcare moves at a slow pace, but now people want it to move fast and they have access to all that information and they can see it and they can see it in real time and they see all these numbers when, you know, before this, we saw all those numbers as healthcare professionals and we knew, okay, so this information's coming out, what are we gonna do with it? How are we gonna spread it? Or what is our opinion of it? Or how do we research it ourselves and have time to research it in order to give that information back to the public.
And how
well, they
is that
don't give us that
affecting
time.
You in the pharmacy.
Well, it's almost like getting beat up
the phone
sometimes. You know, the phone's ringing, the questions
Yeah.
are coming. Most of them, I mean, I'm there, you know, I love answering questions, you know, and you gain so much information. I do, and I get so much information.
We can trust our pharmacists. Like, I think that's a good relationship, a good person.
But I think for me, it's not even about trust. It's still, I trust you, but I need to tell you that tomorrow I may have different information for you.
Exactly,
Gotcha.
and that's where it's difficult. I mean, I have people who want me to agree with them, you know, and they'll say, well, should I take this? And I'm like, well, let me tell you what I know. And then they're like, well, are you telling me not to take it? And I'm telling them, well, right now the information isn't there, like to make a definitive answer on it. You know, if there's something that every single healthcare association is saying, don't do this, that's, you know, my guidance. That's where I'm getting my information from, not random information that may not be justified that's out there. So it's really difficult to calm down some people when you don't want or agree or have different information than them.
And to your point, the reason we trust you is that you're getting information from evidence-based, science-based resources. It may not be popular.
It may not be popular. Yeah, it's hard not being popular. I like to agree with people, and I like to be like, yes, that's a great idea. Let's do that. But I'm finding more. There's a little bit of an argumentative side of it to it, and everyone kind of needs to, instead of having that patient-driven healthcare, have pharmacist and healthcare-driven healthcare. We got to turn that around. You can't just go to your healthcare professional and say, I want this, this, and this.
Is that because of Google?
It's you know,
That's what we've become.
Google, Facebook. I mean, you know, but we're all just trying to be
right?
better, you know. And I think everybody just wants to be healthy.
Comes from a
everybody
good
does
place.
want it. It all comes from a good place, but it's kind of like take a step back and just let your healthcare professionals take care of you.
Are you seeing a lot of flus and just creeping crud because of the winter?
There's so much right now,
I
and
had
we
the
are
flu
testing.
in December. It was miserable.
Was it yucky?
Yes.
Yeah.
And Sarah just had. Did you just have COVID? Yes.
Yeah.
So.
Did you?
But
How do you differentiate like cold, flu?
It's not. They're just viruses. You know. I mean, we have to kind of put them in a basket together and then pick them out. You know.
Okay, I like that.
So if you get tested, you know, you'll know kind of. But I think it's important
which
that people
variety.
look at like you know like. Why are we just testing for COVID? We need to make sure we have the ability to test for both flu and COVID. So let's be more general. That's what we used to do when you went to the doctor and they tested you for everything.
And it's helpful to know just so you know what's coming.
Yes,
right?
and they're all virals. So we do have to take again that idea that viruses don't have antibiotics. It's harder to treat than if you got antibiotics because you had a bacterial infection.
So what that really means is allow yourself the opportunity to heal, settle down, take a few, you know,
rest,
take some self-care, rest,
water,
spa
rest. vitamins and
Good food,
just good
sleep.
food, just taking care of yourself.
Is there
really-
anything worse than getting that advice? No
I know,
pill
nobody-
I can take.
no.
I have to actually
That's not what people want to hear.
do the hard work. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's always fun to
It's
see
tough.
you.
It's
It
hard for
really
me to take
is.
care of myself. I mean, I work and I do the same thing, mother, work all day long. At the end of the day, you're like, did I drink water today?
Yeah,
You know?
exactly. And that makes sense.
Yeah.
Here on Carolina Women, stay with us.